So yeah, I finally got to bleach my hair again, and I unbelievably got all the blue out, but I didn't get all the pink out. As it just would not come out, and underneath it was like some orangey gold. See, it's still orangey gold, and I really tried to saturate my hair. I got what Aislinn suggested, the Schwarzkopf, because it has Olaplex in it, and it's true. My hair was much softer after using that, and it really did lift more than the other one I had, which I think was Ion for sensitive scalp or something. So this didn't really itch my scalp until I leave it in between 45 minutes to an hour. So after 45 minutes, I'll feel the irritation, but I felt like a little scab here too, and I think because it's irritating the scalp, but it was way better. I think it was more expensive, but it's way better because it has the Olaplex. So what I'm gonna do is next week sometime. I have 2 weeks. I'm trying to relax this week because last week, me and my husband went out like for 5 days out of that week. Like I said, 2 were duds, but I'm trying to relax this week, and I'm gonna try to relax next week as well, and then I have to clean my house up. If this pain does not go away, I don't know how I'm gonna do that, because my daughter's coming November 1st, I think, or November 2nd. She's coming, so I gotta get the house cleaned up next week, because the last week my husband has to use up his vacation time, so he took another week off, and we already made plans for like 2 or 3 days already. So I mean, we go to museums. He pushes me in the wheelchair, but going up and down the stairs with this knee, oh my goodness. But anyway, so I'm trying to just relax. So next week I'm going to put in yellow in the front, like this much yellow, maybe a little more, and then purple in the back. That's what I'm gonna try and do for the brights that I have. I've gotten a lot of compliments with those colors. Yeah, so our vacation was the first day we heard about the Houston downtown underground tunnel, and when you have a handicap license plate, you get free parking in all of Texas, so that's good. As long as if you go into a garage, you probably gotta pay. But anyway, it wasn't what we thought. They advertised it as a mall, but it wasn't. Basically, it looks like a death/rape trap, these tunnels. They're so long, they connect different buildings, and you have maybe 4 shops per building, but the tunnels are pretty long. So it's about 6 miles of walking. We only did like 1 because it said they closed at 6, and everything had just closed when we got there at 2:30, like between 2:30. So we found the food court. We found a Starbucks, and then like 1 or 2 restaurants, a gift shop, and we were like, this is not what we thought it was. So we just ate. I always wanted to try the Shake Shack, because they make different flavored shapes every season. But I had a burger, which I don't really eat a lot of burger, and it was disgusting. Only burger I can eat is In-N-Out at this point. So yeah, the shake was okay. I just took 1 or 2 sips and gave it to my daughter, but she didn't like it, so I kind of put some in was using it for coffee creamer or whatever. Then the next day we were supposed to go to the movies, because the kids had their appointments that day. But by the time we finished eating dinner, the movies were still another hour and a half, and later. The only one that was like half an hour later was the Woman King. I just wasn't in the mood for that. I wanted to see a thriller. So we wound up after dinner just coming home. So that day was a dud. So Monday and Tuesday were duds. But Wednesday we went to San Jacinto Museum. I love to learn. You learn something new every day. And I didn't know that after the Alamo, they came here to the Houston area to fight a battle. And that's where they finally caught Santa Anna's. Or Santa Anna's. That's where they finally got him. That's interesting. I didn't know that. So that was interesting. Um, Only disappointment there was the elevator was broken, and you can. It's an observatory. It takes you up. They supposedly had a ship, and you could see all the battlefield and all of that. And the ship was out for repairs, so it was sent to Galveston. So that was the only disappointment. But actually learning about that how after what happened at the Alamo, they came here. And Santa Anna's, from what I understand, was ruthless, but so was Sherman. And so Sherman caught him. And so it was really interesting. And so, we ate out, came home, and then on Thursday, it's free to go to the museum after 5. So I think we were pretty productive that day. We ran a couple of errands during the day that needed to get done. And then in the evening, we ate, and then in the evening went to the museum, and we still haven't finished seeing that. So that's one of the things we got to do in our next staycation. And then on Friday, he really wanted to see some sort of concert, and I wasn't really interested in. There's a lot of free concerts, but I would. You got to be in the park, and my wheelchair doesn't work on the grass, and I have this knee problem, so we wound up, thank goodness it was discounts for people with disabilities, and we went to go see this thing at the planetarium where you lay back, and they have psychedelic stuff happening. For people who smoke pot or take acid, that would have been great, while they're playing this very relaxing music. And they said if you fall asleep by the end, then they did their job right, and I was nodding out at the end, but I had to be half of it, it was an hour long. Half of it I had my eyes closed for because it's too many things, circly moving things, and my vertigo was starting to set in. So that was the only downside. But we also got a free download for that music that they played. So I'm trying to figure out how to get that on my phone. You have to do it on a computer, and I had to get a new iPhone because my iPhone 6 Plus, I loved it. It finally just the battery died, so I got an iPhone. I believe this is 12 because the only one that's purple, and you can't connect it with your old computers. You have to buy a new computer, and I don't like the new iMovie and the new iTunes and all of that. iPhoto, I don't like none of that, so I can't download it on the computer and put it on my phone because they won't connect. So that's a pain in the neck. But yeah, so that was cool though. It was nice. It was at the planetarium. People with disabilities were allowed to go in first, and pick a seat. But I just went in front because my wheelchair. Those seats were very low, and getting in and out with my knee would have been, oh my goodness. So, but that was pretty cool. So I guess we'll see more of the museum since Thursdays it's free. See more of the museum at the end of this month. And, we had, there is a funeral museum here in Houston, and me and my daughter and my husband went, and I didn't know what to expect. It was really cool. And then they do this haunted tour or something. So that's one of the things we'll be doing. And plus, I still want to go to the movies, and not the one that I used to go to before because it was cheap. But I want to go to someplace nice, and one of the nicer movies. And I really want to see Smile. So that's probably another thing we'll do. And then also during vacation on my husband's birthday, we're supposed to get our pain shots, and let's hope that they're not gonna, get greedy there, because I know my insurance covered that too. I just have to pay my copay. So hopefully that pain shot will help me, will help. And then my daughter comes, so that's gonna be cool. I told her we can't be going all over the place like last time, but she'll be here. And so yeah. Anyway, okay. Love you guys, and I will see you next week with the other one. This one's coffee scented, cannabis infused, and the other one, this one called the Monday Feels Collection. And the other one's called Zero F's Given. And it's the cinnamon scented, but it's also cannabis infused. So I will see you next week with that. Okay. Mwah.